Full main, full jib. It's Lenny's birthday today.
He turned 2, so have a bit of a fun day planned.
Go mum. Good boy. Yeah.
I'm Elayna and this is Riley, and this is our home, La Vagabond. We've been sailing around the world for the last 6 years now, and recently, it's like we're seeing everything for the first time, through a new set of eyes. This is our little boy Lenny. Click the subscribe button to join our voyage every Monday. We just moved back onto the boat. Took us way longer than it should have. And we're about to fire up the engines and leave this marina and sail over to Gomera. Got my relief band on today. I'm gonna give it a try. It's the first time I've tried it. Andre was able to bring it in the mail finally, so fingers crossed. Everyone on? Never stress.
That is the worst singing.
Andre got me.
See you in Gomera.
This trip was mostly in celebration of Lenny's birthday, but it was also going to be Riley's going away party. A little sail before his big sail across the Atlantic Ocean to the Caribbean. Riley was planning to spend some time in solitude, you know, to be one with nature. But in all seriousness, he really does need to spend some time away right now. Anyway, we'd heard that La Gomera was a stunning island and we just couldn't miss it. So join us for the island hopping adventure.
What you doing there, Ross? We just set up the spare autopilot for me for my Atlantic crossing. We're just testing it and see if it's working.
Yeah, oh, it's moving!
Yeah!
Let's just use it for the day. Full main, full jib. No Jenica, obviously. That's being repaired at the moment. We're going to have some wind acceleration in between these two islands. The Canary Islands and Cape Verde are notorious for that, but it's fine. We'll just take a reef if we need to, or just go downwind using our speed to our advantage. There's an anchorage over here that we're going to. We've actually got some friends there. We've got friends.
I got friends.
Not usually the case.
Everyone remember to take off your rings. It's very important. It's very dangerous. Leave the wristband on though, the electric shock wristband. That's good for you. I think it's too early to make any kind of claims, but at the moment I don't feel seasick. And the waves have just come around from the corner. I've been down below, I've been outside, I've even put my hair up, which means I have to put my head down to put it up, and that would usually make me sick. So I don't know if it's placebo effect or if this watch is working, but I feel like I've tried everything and maybe it's working for now. Keep you posted.
We've discussed this on board, and we all agree that Elayna would be particularly susceptible to the placebo effect.
Why hasn't it worked for everything else? When I've wanted it to so badly.
Tack line?
Yep.
Imagine that.
I'm gonna finally get something, you reckon? We haven't got a single fish for the entire year of 2020 on the line. I cannot believe that.
Classic 2020.
We've got 26 knots of apparent wind now, so we've got to take our first reef. Jack just mentioned how in the first Atlantic crossing we did with Jack, I said in one of the videos, fearless Jack at the helm. Some say he's fearless, some say he's plain stupid. And I had completely forgotten about that. We're all getting like deja vu being together in the Canary Islands, because obviously the last time we were here was 6 years ago. And yeah, now we're all living different lives to what we were then, slightly. We're all a bit more grown up. There's a baby, we're on a catamaran, Jack's skippering around the world.
I'm no more grown up.
Anyway, we got 25 knots of true wind, but the apparent wind speed is 32. So, and the waves are coming from forward of a beam and splashing on the hull. Jack's getting soaked, he's taken one for the team. It's been really fun. And I don't feel sick yet. Why aren't you sitting on the leeward side?
Windward side, I can see these big waves coming through and I can steer into the breaking waves more and always keeping an eye on the telltales while I'm sailing upwind.
What are you doing?
Got my hands on the main sheet to be super careful. If we get a big gust of wind, I can let go of this and the main sail drops out like that and releases a lot of the power. Double rainbow! It's a double rainbow! Just had an amazing sail. Been on the tiller the whole way. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 knots.
We got a max of 16.
Ah! Yes! It felt so good. Film the bow. Film me. We were worried that with the angle of the wind and the swell that it might wrap around and we wouldn't be protected here, but we are. But you never know until you get really close.
Is it yes, no, yes, no?
I was looking at this monohull here and he wasn't rocking. We were like, he's not rocking. And then we realised that he was motoring rather than on anchor, which meant that he wouldn't be rocking as much.
But we're
anyway,
G, we're
good.
all G.
We're good.
What are you doing?
Just putting the bridle on. I've been removing it because we've been at marinas. I bet no one knew, but there's also a funny bone there.
Alright, Jack's a mad dog. He's going for a swim.
It's cold.
It's freezing. And it's raining. How is it?
Oh, it's so dark and spooky.
Over on the rocks here, there's actually a little gypsy commune. Apparently there's a bunch of Germans who have been living here for quite some time and they have made little houses in the caves. Got very minimal protection and our friends were recently here and said it was actually pretty sad to see them living in these conditions. There was a storm and there's barely a cave for them. I hope they're happy. Lenny, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. High five, Lenny.
Oh! He found the last cheese ball.
Oh, yum.
What are you up to, Jack?
Splicing some new, a bit longer bit of Dyneema so that the dinghy comes up nice and straight on the davits.
We're gonna have toasted wraps for dinner because Jack said he was craving something with a wrap. So I just fried up some zucchini and mushroom and now I'm gonna melt it with cheese and then you can put all your avocado and stuff in and spinach.
And that's a wrap.
Oh my god.
Happy birthday to you.
It's Lenny's birthday today.
He turned 2, so have a bit of a fun day planned. We got him a bike and we've decided that he's old enough now to go from his truck that he pushes around to a bike.
Andre came out last night and he does stuff like this. He came out and goes, I've assembled Lenny's bike, and I was like, thanks. I think Elayna wanted to build that and film it.
Yeah, we wanted to, it's a wooden bike and we wanted to film building it, but
He's a legend.
Andre did the job for us, so thank you, Dre. We're in a beautiful deserted anchorage right now. We're gonna sail 2 anchorages over where there's this little village and a road, so he can try out the new bike, the new pedalless bike. That's what the 2-year-olds are doing these days, apparently.
Today's all about Lenny, so we're going to take him for a ride in the tender. I said to Mum before on the phone, we've got a bike for him, so we need a road. So we have to sail to a place where there's roads so that we can present him with his present, otherwise he's going to want
Drive on the
run up and
boat.
down the lounge room. So yeah, we'll sail to a place where there's roads this afternoon.
Go for a quick dip before we go sailing. My God, it's going to be freezing. Why am I doing this?
Take me to somewhere where I can see.
Hello.
Breathing time to realize my mind somewhere good. Ease my mind. Don't wanna think of anything.
It is so cold right now. The coldest I've been in a long time.
Come on, turn. But you have to.
How'd you go getting out of that anchorage?
No, Jack was being impatient. If we'd just waited for the bow to fall off to port, it would have been all good. I had to motor for exactly 2 minutes and I'm very frustrated. No, it was good. It was good. It's good trying to figure it out and sail off anchor.
How's the sailing going, Jack?
Got a lot of wind
Are you reading and holding that sail?
and drinking tea.
Who said men can't multitask?
What are you doing here, Andre, you maniac?
I'm going up the mast alone. Yes.
So explain a little bit about what you've done here. There's two Prussic knots, which I
Exactly.
used to call cow hitches when I was working offshore, here and here. And you're using your foot into this one to lift up, which will then release weight off of this one. So you can slide one up and then the other.
And safety helmet, because we don't want to clean blood splatter off the deck.
If you're gonna fall, can you make sure you hit the water?
Around the shroud.
The wind picked up a bit.
No, it just swung right in front of us. From everywhere, really. Now it's here.
Need long arms for this too.
How's the sailing?
Good. I can't get Jack off the helm. Sits out there all day getting smashed by sea spray. But it's good. We've got 2 reefs in the main. We just had the head sail out and we're just ticking along the coast, and then the wind's wrapping around, so it's coming from where we need to sail to. It's on the nose. So we hoisted the main, we left the reefs in from yesterday, and we're going to go up to our place over here to find a road for Lenny. We're going 8 knots now. We weren't before. 8 or even 9 in 15 knots of wind. We spent most of the day with just the head sail out, going very slowly.
Yeah.
And, you know, cooking and cleaning the boat and doing all that sort of stuff. This is a nice looking town.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lenny. Happy birthday to you.
Fire!
Fire. Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray!
Now, can you blow this?
You blow?
1, 2, 3.
Good. Lenny, what's this? Can you open that? Oh.
It's a bike. Can you say bike?
He loves it.
That's for you. Happy birthday.
Go to Mum. Good
Yay.
boy. Yeah.
So much cooler than
Lenny's a bit scared to ride his bike. Yeah.
Really? Yeah, it looks like
That food was so good. We picked the best restaurant, all seafood and deliciousness. Okay, say bye-bye.
Say goodbye.
Can you blow kiss to Dad? Alright. Our very short time on the island of La Gomera had come to an end. Today we'd sail back to the place we came from, Marina San Miguel, back on Tenerife, which we were actually pretty excited to get back to because it was a popular marina for cruisers who were about to leave in the crossing, and we met a lot of cool people there.
So Elaynas, last night there was rain flying out of a seemingly cloudless sky.
Yeah, I was
What the hell was going on there?
I said that to one of the Spanish dudes I met out. I said, it's so weird. It's been like sprinkling this whole time, but there's no clouds. So I guess that's an area where the clouds kind of just sit, but not even. I mean, invisible clouds, it's more like fog, and it just lightly sprinkles, and it's just beautiful.
It's like they aggregate just north of where we were and then fire rainwater over the town.
Pretty magical.
And there's rainbows and
yeah.
cliff faces.
It was a pretty nice night last night.
Did you enjoy yourself, Lenny?
Yes.
Okay, so we just left this town whose name I've forgotten, and we're going to go past the anchorage whose name I've also forgotten, back to Tenerife to get the last of the stuff organised for the boat, for the crossing. We've got to pick up the sail from the sailmaker, do a couple of little things. I don't think I told you guys, but yeah, in the end I invited Jack along, and then because I'm not doing it by myself anymore, I invited Andre. So very last minute, it felt like the right thing to do. When I was talking to people about it, you know, we'd have a few beers at the end of the night and it's a really nice experience. I just thought that it would be nice to share it with other people. Jack's done a lot of them now. It was a really nice thing to bring up and talk about, and then it looks like he's going to come and Andre might come as well. That could be a really, really cool trip that I'm looking forward to now just as much as I was the single-handed sail. So yeah, bit different, potentially even better. 6, say 7, say 8, say 9, say 10, 10! Yay! High five!
This sail looks a lot different to the sail we had getting here. Now going back, it's like beautiful sailing conditions, and we just had pilot whales, I think. Incredible. As you can hear, the engines are on. We've lost all wind, but we're about halfway to the island of Tenerife, so not so bad. Can't complain. just want to give you guys a little update on a few things while I'm thinking of them. So the first thing, my relief band, not sponsored. I'm just desperate for a bloody solution to my seasickness. We sailed over in really rough weather and then we just sailed halfway back in very nice conditions. And both ways, I would say it has made my life about 80% better, I think. Where I would have been bedridden, I wasn't. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna keep you updated because I wanna try it a few more times in really rough weather before I go claiming that it's amazing. And the Atlantic crossing, what are Lenny and I gonna be doing while the boys cross, which I just have to say I'm so happy Riley's deciding to go with Jack and Andre. It's not every day him and Jack are in the same place, and then he was here, and I don't know, it just kind of, he said it would be crazy to not invite him across, and of course Andre. And I think you'll have a lot more fun with people. I think it's better when you share the experience, even though he did really want to do a big solo sail, but plenty of time for that means I can worry less too, knowing that he's got some people out there with him to help him. And so Lenny and I are going to fly to Belgium to stay with our friends Tom and Sophia. They've offered us to come stay, their beautiful little house. I'll probably do a bit of vlogging too. And then I'll fly to London and then to Antigua. They have a direct flight. Hopefully it's all okay with the virus and borders don't close and stuff like that. But at the moment everything looks good. Fingers crossed I don't get stuck in Europe and Riley just gets to sail the Caribbean without me. And yeah, the plan is to sail slowly down to Grenada. The water's warm there, so we really want to teach Lenny to swim. We've been a bit slack with that this year. The water's been freezing for little Lenny in the ocean, so it hasn't been particularly easy, but we want to really get into it in the Caribbean, sail down to Grenada for the hurricane season, and then yeah, we have some big plans to sail the boat in Grenada and hopefully ... I think that's all I can tell you right now. Hopefully get on our new boat. I will keep you updated on that though. Last time on the Atlantic crossing, when I cut my hair real short from long and I made a sacrifice to the sea gods in the hope to get a fish. I can't believe it. As I was throwing the hair, the line went off, and you know, obviously it's coincidence, but just in case, I'm gonna do a little snippet of hair. We are desperate for some fish. Let there be fish.
That's not enough hair.
No, I can't cut more than that. I'm growing my hair long. No, Schmooky. No.
Come on.
No.
Come on. Let's do a big one.
No.
I'm not going to attack you with scissors on a sailboat, but I mean, that's not going to work.
That's enough.
They haven't
Let me cut your hair. Let's cut Jack's hair.
Bold joke.
Let's all send our mind to the fish in lure and send good vibes. Now for the headroom. That is incredible. Look, Lenny. What are we up to? We're coming into port in the night. So the boys are getting out the lines and the fenders. We're gonna have a cross breeze, so that's gonna be fun.
You ready, Eli?
Are you ready, Jack?
Oh, I'm born ready.
Lenny, how was your birthday weekend? Hey, was it a good weekend?
Did you have fun?
Yes? No?
Bark twice if you're in the
Oh,
water.
come on. We're going into port now, we're gonna stop filming.
Loosen that off, Andre. Ease it, ease it, ease it, ease it.
We hope you liked that one, guys. Next week is, yes, the big Atlantic crossing, a sail you won't want to miss. Lenny and I will also be updating you from the Alps.